Hello everybody and welcome back to the Brick Ninja. Today I'm going to be reviewing the LEGO Star Wars set, Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. This set retails for $69.99 in the United States. It has 640 pieces. It is recommended for ages 9 plus. You get a total of 4 minifigures and it is set number 75383. So now that we got all of the introductions out of the way, let's get to the review of the set. So here are the two builds for this set. And I'll start with the main build, which is Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. This is a really cool ship. I really like the design of this in terms of the shaping. I really like that. And this set includes 2 flick missiles right here. And the button to activate them are right here in the front on these 2 light gray ingot pieces. So if you don't know how stud shooters work, all you do is for this set you push down right here on these 2 ingots and they fire out. So you do get 2 of these in this set and you can just reload them both, although I think one of them might have fallen on my floor, so I'll find that a little later. And you do also have a little compartment right here. This part opens up and inside you have these 3 little builds for, I believe these are supposed to be the little droids that Darth Maul sends out in the Phantom Menace when he's on Tatooine. I don't remember why he sends them out, but I believe that these are what those are supposed to be, and they are pretty cool. I like the use of these 2x2 black tile pieces in circles. I do like that. So you just store those right inside here, and you can just lay them down in here. They don't fit in here in any particular way. You just set them down in there, and then you close it on back up. And now moving on to the back of the ship, you have these parts on the side which are able to be moved if you want to have Darth Maul's ship look like this, which in my opinion like if you put the landing gear up, it makes it look really cool, like if you're holding it in the air. But in terms of like having it just be like this, like on a table or something, it doesn't really work because the nose of the ship is just going to be constantly down. So as far as displaying this on a shelf, it's probably a lot better if you just have these folded in, but that's just my opinion. And now, bringing the little speeder bike over here, which I do just want to show real quick. This is Darth Maul's little speeder bike that he was riding on in the Phantom Menace. And you can take Darth Maul or any minifigure of your choosing, and you can have them sit down and ride on it. So that's cool. And it is very small, and that is a good thing because the back of the ship opens up. You have this printed tile piece right here, which is really cool. That's a print. And all of these right here open up, and inside here you have a little storage area for Darth Maul's speeder bike where it can be stored in here. And that way it can go with him wherever he needs to go. And that's pretty much everything. There's not really too much with this ship. Everything that it has like a play feature is what I've shown you. There's no cockpit with here, so there's nowhere for you to actually put Darth Maul in here. Like, you could pretend that, like, this is the cockpit or right there, but This set is just for like outward display. Like there's no way for you to actually have the minifigure inside for you to play around with it. So that is disappointing, and I really wish that they would have included that, because when it comes to any type of Lego vehicle across any theme, for me personally, whenever you have a way for a minifigure to actually be inside of the vehicle and fly it or drive it, it really goes a long way for making it more fun, at least in my opinion. Here is Darth Maul, and this is a really cool minifigure. This minifigure is slightly different from previous Darth Maul minifigures that we've gotten. He does have his double-bladed lightsaber for an accessory, and he doesn't have any arm printing, but he does have really good leg printing and torso printing that's consistent. And what's slightly different about this minifigure from previous Darth Maul minifigures is that this minifigure doesn't have any pupils in the eyes, if that'll focus. There we go. And I wish that the minifigure did. I feel like him not having pupils is a little strange. Like, it doesn't look bad, it just looks a little odd. But it's still a really good minifigure, and you do have the separate, this is a plastic rubbery type piece for his horns. It just sits on top of his head. And here is the back of the minifigure. You have just a little bit of back printing. So that is Darth Maul. Here is young Anakin Skywalker, and this is a really cool minifigure. This is my first young Anakin Skywalker minifigure, and I really like it. The torso printing is really cool, and I really like the use of, I believe this is Lloyd's hairpiece from Ninjago, or at least I think this was Lloyd's hairpiece that he used back in the day. So that's cool, and you do have 2 face prints with this minifigure and some back printing. You can see some pouches on a belt. So this is a really cool minifigure. He doesn't have an accessory, just comes by himself. Here is Gai Quan Jinn, and I love this minifigure. It's so cool. You have this awesome little fabric cloak piece that covers up his torso, and of course he has his green lightsaber. And removing this so that you can see the torso and the legs better. I really like the way that the belt looks. It has a pouch on one side and a silver connection in the middle. And you also have some good leg printing. And his hairpiece, I believe this hairpiece is either the same or similar to past hairpieces that Gai Quan Jinn has used. And he does have a second facial expression, and there's his back printing. Here is the exclusive Saw Gerrera minifigure. This minifigure is a part of the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars line of sets that released last year in 2024. And I love this minifigure. This minifigure is great. Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie, and I love this minifigure. He has a lot of really great printing, and this is a printed little plaque here. This is not a sticker. This is printed onto the piece. And you just have 2 of these little bridge pieces that connect onto the bottom to create a stand. And he has this little staff build using a little pole and also the Monkey Kid hilt piece in black. And he has this little fabric cloak piece, which is similar to the one that Gai Quan Jinn uses, but different. And he does have two facial expressions. This one right here where he's very serious and stern, and this one where he is stern but looks like he might be getting a little frustrated. And now removing those pieces and also the little cloak, you have this part which is showing the printing for the top of his breathing device that he wears on his chest from Rogue One, because he has trouble breathing. And if you've seen Andor Season 2, then you know why he has trouble breathing later in life. And he does have back printing on the minifigure. And the cool thing about the torso with this armor piece is that if you look closely, the way that these two overlap is identical, because the printing is pretty much identical on both of these. That's why they are so seamless, and I love that, because that way, if you don't want to have this on your Saw Gerrera minifigure, you can still have all the same printing that you see right here. You just don't get the little bit of extra printing that's here on the sides of the shoulder pad armor piece. And he does have two different colored hands. My guess is this one he probably is wearing some sort of glove or armor. And he does have some more printing going down onto his legs. So that is the 25th anniversary Saw Gerrera minifigure. I love this minifigure, and I'm always happy to get new characters from the Rogue One / original trilogy era of of Star Wars. So that is my review of the Lego Star Wars set, Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. And it's a really good set. The ship here is a really good design, and the minifigures that you get here are really great. And this is just another really good example of why, in my opinion, the Lego Star Wars theme continues to have some of the best, not only minifigures, but also ships, because I really love the minifigures that come in this set. Obviously, I love the Saw Gerrera one because of Rogue One, but it's also just a really great minifigure overall. And I hope that next year, which will be 2026, which will be the 10-year anniversary of Rogue One, I hope that with that 10th anniversary, Lego does some special Rogue One sets and we get some more minifigures from that movie that we haven't gotten before or haven't gotten in a long time. And the actual ship of Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator is really good, as I've said. And obviously, prequel fans and fans of the Phantom Menace and Darth Maul fans will want to get this. I highly recommend it. And $69.99 for 640 pieces. Honestly, that's not a bad price to piece ratio. It's honestly pretty good. In my opinion, I feel like the perfect price for this would have been $10 cheaper at $59.99. If it was that price, then it would have been a pretty perfect price to piece ratio. But with it being $69.99, $70 US, I feel like that it's just a little too expensive in that regard. So maybe wait to see if you can find this on a sale, 10, 20% off. Maybe come Black Friday this year or something like that. But this is still a really good set, and it's a really good Star Wars ship with some great minifigures, and I highly recommend it. So thank you all for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on this set down below in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest content coming from my channel. And as always, Ninja Go!